Well, the first time since 2012, the Wisconsin football team made the trip to central Pennsylvania to take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. We'll show you some of the highlights from Saturday's game in State College. Well, among the Badgers who have performed very well this season, senior tailback Taiwan Deal has fought his way back from injuries. In fact, it wiped out all of 2017 for him. But when called upon, he has produced this season. We'll hear from him, and we'll have our weekly sit-down with head coach Paul Chryst. All coming up on today's installment of the Badger Sports Report.
Their own 47. Snap to McSorley. Badgers bringing 4. Pressure on, and he gets sacked. And it's the outside linebackers, Zach Bourne and Andrew Van Ginkel, getting to the quarterback at the Penn State 35-yard line. 3rd down and 2, Wisconsin from its own 29. Another handoff to Taylor. And a first down, 35-40. Taylor 45-50. It's a foot race to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. Taylor's gone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. 71 yards for Jonathan Taylor as the Badgers strike the first blow of the game. Slot to the left is Hamler. Snap to Stevens. Little linebacker pressure from Conley, and he gets to Stevens for the sack inside the 45 of Penn State. First down, Penn State at the Badger 27-yard line. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. McSorley back to throw. Backside pressure. Bourne got him. Zach Bourne with the sack. McSorley taken down, and he's still down. Stevens moves to the left of McSorley. McSorley takes the snap. He's going to run it, and he's hit by Van Ginkel behind the line of scrimmage. Conley there as well. And it's 3rd and goal at the 10. That was a loss of 3. We're down to 2 minutes to play. The play clock is at 5. Sanders motions into the backfield. And a bad exchange as Sanders got in the way of McSorley. A loose ball inside the 30-yard line. Are you kidding me? And the Badgers claim they have it. No signal yet. They are still unpiling. It's Wisconsin football. Pockets tight. Ball's kicked in the air, picked off by T.J. Edwards, and he's all alone. End zone, and is caught for the touchdown. To the 20, to the 10, 5, touchdown Wisconsin. Pressure, and he is sacked just outside the goal line. A big, big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by Audi. Drive yours at Zimbrick European. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
This is Lepay, the spirit of Wisconsin. Hetty feels it. Kim embraces it. Even brother and sister get along. Friendship, warmth, and good cheer. That's Lepay, and that's Wisconsin.
Nothing escapes its vision. It maneuvers with both power and grace. The darkness doesn't stand a chance. Progress is pioneering vision. LED technology designed to see and be seen. Found in the Audi A4.
Lease the 2018 Audi A4 Ultra for $359 per month from Zimbrick Audi.
There is a boy who likes tractors and trains. A boy whose heart was far too strained. He was sick, you see, with a heart that broke. His heart needed fixing. His family needed hope. Enter our doctors with their newfangled tests. Enter our teams whose care is the best. Healthy and happy, the little boy's back. playing with tractors and trains on his track. UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
Quarterback center exchange, that's a starting point, right? That's the first thing you're going to do in spring ball and in fall camp, and you know those are frustrating to everyone. They're frustrating to to Jack and Tyler. You don't give yourself a chance to see what happened, and those are examples of when you are in a close game or when you're playing a good opponent. It just makes it that much harder to win.
It's the stuff that kills you. That you can't do stuff like that against teams like Penn State at Penn State and expect to win. But it happened, so you're not like, we're going to lose because it happened, but it doesn't help you. But when it does happen, you got to battle back.
I think all of us knew our potential. I think we all still believe in that potential. We've yet to reach it, though. So that's the good news. You got 2 more games, and obviously you can still peak.
Every time we go out, every time we take the field, we just know we got to do more. We got to make a play because we know that our plays will spark something on the offense, and you just never know when your play is going to hit. You got to keep playing for it.
I think it's frustrating because we know we can be so much better. We've all seen it all year. What this team is capable of, and we just haven't, put these games together. And we've had things that hurt us, and you can't give up, big plays to really good teams.
I mean, obviously, this isn't where I wanted to be, but it is what it is, and we just got to keep working to get better, and can't just throw it away because we have 4 losses.
You got to draw from what's left. And what's left is we have each other. We have more opportunities. We have opportunities to practice. We have opportunities to get better, watch film, critique it, coach it, and ultimately grow from it. So that's the biggest thing is being able to grow from every single loss we've had this year and finishing these last 2 games.
Ever since she can remember, she's wanted to become a doctor, a surgeon to be exact. Maybe it's because she's good at science, or because she loves math, or maybe it's because Lydia was born with a serious craniofacial anomaly, a cleft lip and palate that required a series of complex surgeries. And now she just wants to help others, just like the surgeons at UW Health helped her. UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
As we move through November, it's the time of year when you see a lot of individuals being recognized as semifinalists or finalists for a number of awards. And once again, it looks as though the Wisconsin Badgers will be well represented. They already are, in fact, and a couple already very notable, a couple 3 really. Let's start with Dakota Dixon. We've all had a chance to, anybody, obviously you as his coach, know him very well. Those of us on the outside, you can't help but come away impressed with him. And to see him as one of the 13 finalists for the William B. Campbell Trophy, it's an academic Heisman. Right. Trace McSorley, who you just saw this weekend with Penn State, is another one. That's the best of the best, and really what college athletes, what you want them to be, and Dakota's in that select few of being among the best.
It really is, and we know how big a deal that is, and been fortunate enough to be around some guys that have been recipients of that and been one of those finalists. And yet, Dakota, you have this strange feeling that when he is that, well, absolutely, he should be one of those, and it's not, because that's, you talk about elite, rare group of people, and the standard, and yet he's such a great on the field, off the field, just complete person. And it's, and then last year he wins the Wilma Rudolph Award. I mean, he's a guy that's worth that type of recognition, and it's amazing in his story. The more you just keep finding out about him, you're just more and more impressed with him.
It is. The story has been told quite a bit, but it never ceases to amaze, because he could have taken a very different path, right, in his life. What gets me is that when you talk to him after a game, one of those post-game interviews you do, the cool-down time isn't much for a player, and yet he just seems to have all of his thoughts gathered. He can put everything in perspective if it's a big win or a tough loss. When you first got to know him, was that just his overall nature? Was that something that jumped out to you fairly quickly with him?
It did. You know, his substance and kind of the way he thinks and its choices, the way he chooses to look at a situation. I think that's one of my biggest takeaways. And yet it's not that he's, I mean, he's gone through a lot of difficult times, and it's not to say that they don't hurt him or that it, but he's going to choose to look at it and empower himself on the choice of your action or reaction to those type of things. And so, you know, you got a sense of it early, but then the more that you kind of keep finding out who he is, and the more you know, I personally kept finding out about his story, it just, it blows me away of how he has the perspective that he has and the energy and passion and zest for really all situations. It's truly one of those things where you're around him and you know you're fortunate, you know that you're blessed to be around him, and it truly is one of the great things that I've been able to take away since coming back here. And I am, the days that, you know, the days are getting fewer and fewer when you're around them, and it's, and there's a number of those seniors that you don't like thinking of it.
Right. Yeah, Ryan Conley is another one of those, and one of the finalists for the Butkus Award. You know, T.J. Edwards, fellow inside linebacker, has already earned All-American recognition in his career. But Ryan has told the story to probably multiple folks when he first came here. Okay, what room am I going in? Right, I was an athlete. Looks like inside backer has fit him fairly well.
Yeah, he found his home, and the way that he's done it, and the work and persistence that he has shown, and it's been a lot of fun to watch him play and to play with the confidence that he's playing with, and I think those two help each other so much. You know, TJ and Ryan, and have one playing at a level, a high level, that's impressive, and it's something you'd never take for granted. To have two players doing it, it's something that I hope everyone's can truly appreciate, and Ryan he's deserving. Like, that's truly, he's gone and earned every bit of that. You know, didn't come in with any type of fanfare, and everything that he's done, he's earned, and that's where it's truly great recognition for him and deserving recognition.
Jonathan Taylor, another one who's going to be in line for any number of individual awards. I'm thinking right now as we sit here, there are so many highlights of him already, but he and some of his teammates pushing a pile in your last home game against Rutgers. A 4-yard run, maybe a 5-yard run became a 13-yard run. I mean, we saw Ron Dane do that, but Ron, you know, was a little bigger guy. That's one that I don't think people are going to forget anytime soon.
No, and the energy that really he provides by doing that, the energy that is provided to so many, not just those that were in the pile. You know, guys that are seeing that, like, okay, this is where it's at, and you know, I think you mentioned it the other day, he's played in 22 games, and he's had 23 games, and he's had, you know, the number of 200-yard games, and it's something that doesn't just happen, you know, and yet I love his approach. I love the way that he works. He's steady. He knows that none of those yards are just by himself, you know, and he gives great credit and appreciation for all those around him. But he is, again, he is deserving of the awards and the recognition that he is getting or he's up for. And it truly is a pleasure to be around him each day, and certainly you get to line up on Saturdays with him.
I enjoyed talking to him recently. He mentioned that, you know, game days when he comes to the sideline, or if it's Garrett, Groshek, or Taiwan Deal, they kind of it's like a meeting of the minds. What'd you see on that play? Could you have done this? Could you have done that? Maybe that happens in every position group you hope to. That's pretty cool, though, when that camaraderie those guys have.
The camaraderie and the genuine care that they have for each other, and you know, they are. It's been fun to see the way they kind of play off each other, and the excitement when the other one has success. The excitement that they have for each other is genuine. It's real, and I think that's what makes that group special. And I think it also is helping them perform at a high level.
Well, those are three players. Clearly, this segment could go even longer. The three examples of many who are deserving of some individual recognition for what they've done both on the field and off the field. Coach returns in a few minutes with a great day and great question of the week. Stay with us.
Nothing escapes its vision. It maneuvers with both power and grace. The darkness doesn't stand a chance. Progress is pioneering vision. LED technology designed to see and be seen. Found in the Audi A4.
Lease the 2018 Audi A4 Ultra for $359 per month from Zimbrick Audi.
Flu season. It'll get here before you know it. Good thing it's never too soon to get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Save yourself some worry and get your flu shot today. Plus, use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card and you can save 20 cents a gallon on gas. There's no appointment necessary, so why wait for the flu to get you? Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy and get your flu shot plus your 20-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver discount today. Some restrictions apply.
Did you know there's a Mahindra for everyone and every job? Test drive and save during Harvest Demo Days. Like a 6075 four-wheel drive, a 9125, a 2538 or 2638 HST, and a 1526 or 1626 HST. And test drive Mahindra's utility vehicles too, only from the world's #1 selling tractor, Mahindra. Hurry in for the best savings of the year at your Wisconsin Mahindra dealer.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Gives it the Deal again, into the line, into the end zone, touchdown Wisconsin. Taiwan Deal into the end zone for the first time in a while. Since November of 2015, this guy has fought like crazy to get back into the lineup and off to a very good start here in 2018.
In his freshman season, Taiwan Deal appeared in 10 games, started in 3, and was even named Big Ten Freshman of the Week. We thought we would be seeing his name a lot more, until every athlete's worst nightmare occurred.
It was tough. I mean, like you said, we talk the legs are money makers if you're a running back, and the fact that he had an ankle, and like I said, it was one of those things that tried to rest it and come back from and couldn't, so finally had to go in and repair it. And anytime you repair a body part, you never know how you're going to come back.
It was pretty tough, looking back on that. I can remember, having to call my parents and tell them, I had to get another surgery, and, they were like, they just gave me good words of wisdom and, kept me calm and was like, your journey isn't over, God has the path for you, just keep moving forward. And all through when I was young, my dad taught me mental toughness and stuff like that. So, I was actually, I was fine with it. I believe in God, and I was just going along with my journey, going along with the path that God set.
The fact that he just stayed the course and worked hard and worked through it, didn't lose confidence in the fact that he could play. And I think that spoke volumes to his ability and to the type of guy he is.
The recovery was really long. The biggest thing with the ankle is it just took a lot of time to heal, no matter if you started jogging a little bit at 6 weeks or not. It just takes time for that bone to heal and, for it to just be solid again. And then, going through training camp with lifting, running, that strengthens the ankle again. So I was just thankful to come out and the ankle still be, really strong, and it just feels great, to be honest.
I think he's the one guy that's really enjoying the game, because he had it taken away from him. So it's fun to see him out there competing week in and week out.
Everyone handles injury differently, But what Deal learned quickly was finding a mental distraction was key.
You know, I always talk about fishing and hunting and stuff. I had to take my mind off of it. I couldn't come out here and physically play football, so I had to find something that, you know, put me at ease. I like to say the tug is the drug. So when I'm out there, you know, I'm not thinking of anything else. I'm thinking of how can I figure out where the fish are. Like, you know, are they sitting, you know, 10 yards out behind a weed edge? Are they sitting up close to shore? Are they sitting on a structure, underwater structure? Are they near rocks? Me trying to, you know, be sort of like that and think hard and deep about, you know, where could these fish be? What kind of colors would they want to bite in this water clarity? Stuff like that. It's just a lot you would think about that'll take your mind off of it. I would say for, you know, any athlete in college to just be away from the game. It could be tough, and having someone that, you know, even outside of football or within your program, having someone to talk to encourage you, older guys that had left, things like that really help you out, keep your mental together.
After being out for nearly 2 years, it was time to make a comeback.
I could say I just try to come out and put my body on the line for those guys that's blocking for me and for my teammates. You know, I just want to go out when I run and prove a point, and I feel great. I feel strong, fast. So I'm going up against an opponent. I just want to, you know, show them that, you know, I can compete on any level with you, you know, no matter what.
Reporting for the Badger Sports Report, I'm Lexi Graytech.
Flu season. It'll get here before you know it. Good thing it's never too soon to get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Save yourself some worry and get your flu shot today. Plus, use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card and you can save 20 cents a gallon on gas. There's no appointment necessary, so why wait for the flu to get you? Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy and get your flu shot plus your 20-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver discount today. Some restrictions apply.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
They are the ones who found a way to isolate a single prostate cancer cell hidden amongst a billion healthy blood cells. The ones pioneering advanced genomic testing in order to create personalized treatment protocols. They are the ones you want to talk to when the diagnosis is prostate cancer. They are the physicians and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the Carbone Cancer Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by Hy-Vee, where there's a healthful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time for this week's Great Day. Great question of the week. And Bob from Belleville checking in this week wants to know, Coach, now with the redshirt rule, players allowed to play 4 games and maintain their status as a freshman, sophomore, whatever the case may be. When a player gets to 4, how much goes into whatever decision that you make, whether that 5th game is going to happen?
A lot of discussion, and it's not always, you try to map it out a little bit. And I think the first thing has always been and was this year, even with the new kind of tweak of the rule, is the player ready? you know, and if they're not ready, then we shouldn't put them out there because they'll get there. Just everyone's a little bit different. And then, you know, as you go through it, okay, game 1, game 2, and there's some that you're saying, okay, he's good, but where the depth is of what we're doing, hold him. So if we need to have him, he can go. So you're kind of continually talking about it. I think what you decide to go when you go past the 4, like we're playing this year, it's got to, you try to project it, and it's got to come out to where they're getting a lot of reps. You know, are these worthwhile reps, and the experience that he's getting, will that help him the next year? And so we've probably got a different number of guys that have gone past the 4 games and all have a little bit different. You know, Rashad Wildgoose didn't play in a couple games, but then the way that he's been playing, and he'll end up with a lot of snaps. And Bryson Williams was a little bit different, was playing in every game, and now he's starting. And then you have a couple others that are in the 3 games right now, and we're just kind of, all right, if he plays on defense, and Coach Herring will use him on special teams. So each one's a little bit different, but you do spend a lot of time trying to talk about it, make sure you're making the best decision for the team and for the individual.
All right, thanks for your question, Bob. The Great Dane with 4 locations in the Madison area, east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg and Hilldale, and the Great Dane up in Wausau as well. Another road trip coming up for the Badgers this Saturday as they head down to West Lafayette to take on the Purdue Boilermakers. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
Did you know there's a Mahindra for everyone and every job? Test drive and save during Harvest Demo Days. Like a 6075 4-wheel drive, a 9125, a 2538 or 2638 HST, and a 1526 or 1626 HST. And test drive Mahindra's utility vehicles too, only from the world's #1 selling tractor, Mahindra. Hurry in for the best savings of the year at your Wisconsin Mahindra dealer.
Nothing escapes its vision. It maneuvers with both power and grace. The darkness doesn't stand a chance. Progress is pioneering vision. LED technology designed to see and be seen. Found in the Audi A4.
Lease the 2018 Audi A4 Ultra for $359 per month from Zimbrick Audi.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.